without getting paid.
But you see how much kidnappers are taking from victims.
My thing is, government will obviously recognize this. Get that, and I think you get that. The 3% for the oil producing community is too low.
So it is support that is needed. And once again, support your airline people will blossom.
This is Nigeria. You need to give people sense of belonging.
Good morning. It's another edition of Inside Nigeria for this Thursday morning. My name is Bode Gbadebo for today on the show. On the show this morning, we shall be dissecting the leading stories on some national dailies, including a discussion with the state's governorship candidate of the PDP, Kolawole. Before then, let's dissect the stories of some national dailies, beginning with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, The Leadership. On the front page of Leadership this morning, fuel subsidy hit tons on NNPC as governors NLC query consumption figures. Fuel subsidy hit tons on NNPC as governors NLC query consumption figures. Governors want 411 naira pump price, said 3 trillion naira subsidy not sensible. Federal government has wasted $10 billion on refineries rehabilitation, according to the Nigerian Labour Congress. Well, this is a developing story with the suspension of the planned removal of the petroleum subsidy. Now we have another controversy brewing with conflicting figures of fuel consumption in Nigeria, and as well the value for the subsidy. Let's move to the next newspaper on our menu this morning, our sister publication, The National Economy. On the front page of National Economy this morning, 8 years after, 46 million bank accounts still without BVN. 8 years after, 46 million bank accounts still without bank verification number. House of Representatives fumed over federal government 1.2 trillion naira unremitted funds in banks since 2016. Well, the open number of 46 million account holders without bank verification a number. Well, I don't know what the regulatory authorities, the Bankers Committee, are doing about this, and even the Central Bank of Nigeria. But this is not too good for our financial services sector. Well, the third newspaper on our menu this morning, THISDAY newspaper. Let's go to the front page of THISDAY. On the front page of THISDAY this morning, cash-strapped federal government approved 3 trillion naira, 17.5% of 2022 budget to sustain subsidy. Cash-strapped federal government approved 3 trillion naira, that is 17.5% of 2022 budget to sustain subsidy, to send supplementary appropriation to National Assembly, mandates Finance Ministry to reconcile payment with NNPC. NLC knocks government over 18 months timeline. NLC knocks government over 18 months timeline. Ipman wants dilapidated refineries fixed. And of course, the last rider to that story, only a state benefiting from fuel subsidy, according to the State Governor, Kayode Fayemi, who is also the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum. This another interesting side of the developing subsidy story. 3 trillion naira needed for the last 6 months of 2022 to sustain fuel subsidy. And people are already querying that figure because it does not add up at all. If you need a little over 400 billion for subsidy from January to June in 2022, how come from July to December we now got a whopping 3 trillion naira? Well, experts will answer that question maybe another day. It's a story for another day. And of course, the last paper on our menu this morning is the Vanguard newspaper. On the front page of Vanguard this morning, let's battle subsidy on truth together, governors rule labor. Let's battle subsidy on truth together, governors rule labor. Well, this is another interesting angle to the unfolding subsidy story. It's subsidy from first paper through the third paper, and the last paper on our menu this morning is subsidy, subsidy, subsidy. And here, governors is wooing the Nigerian Labour Congress to come and for them to battle the subsidy untruths together. And what are the untruths? Consumption figures. NNPC is saying the same different thing. Finance Ministry is saying a different thing. Well, I think we need the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics to give us the accurate figure of fuel, daily fuel consumption in Nigeria, and as well the amount of money needed to fund fuel subsidy is another cause of controversy. And now the governors are calling on the Nigerian Labour Congress to come for them to battle what they called subsidy on truth together, according as reported by Vanguard this morning. Well, that's all for the newspaper review segment this morning. I'm going on a short break. When I come back, I'll be talking to BC Kolawole, a former commissioner of environment in the state and currently the PDP governorship candidate for the June 2022 governorship election in Ekiti State. Don't go away. I'll be back shortly.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Inside Nigeria, keeping you informed on what matters.
Welcome back. It's still Inside Nigeria for this Thursday morning, January 27, 2022. Well, yesterday, the People's Democratic Party in Ekiti State conducted its primary election for the 2022 governorship election in the state. And a former commissioner for environment, Olabisi Kolawole, emerged the winner, defeating his closest rival, the former governor of the state, Engineer Segun Oni, to emerge the candidates of the party. How will Kolawole face the governorship election in Ekiti, with complaints emerging from the PDP itself, and also how will he battle the reigning APC in that state? For answer to this question and others, I'm being joined by Chief BC Kolawole, PDP governorship candidate in Ekiti State this morning. Good morning, Chief Kolawole.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
All right. Contrary to what I told viewers earlier, Chief Kolawole is not the one joining us. Is his media advisor, Larry Olayinka. Good morning, Mr. Olayinka.
Yeah, good morning. How are you doing?
All right. Well, I expected to see the winner of the Ekiti PDP governorship primary, but it's the same thing that we are having you. It's Mao, our spokesperson on the show this morning. Congratulations on your victory at the primary yesterday.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother.
All right, let's go straight to the point. Now, the primary election has come and gone. Chibisi Kolaole is the winner. How is he going to prosecute the campaign to dislodge the ruling All Progressive Congress in Ekiti State?
Well, we thank the first and foremost. Let me thank the people, the members of PDP in Ekiti State. The primary of yesterday was like a family affair. No winner. All of us won. The party won. We have also used yesterday to demonstrate to Nigerians once again that PDP is a party that is so structured that can conduct its affairs diligently, credibly, and that's what we saw yesterday. The primary election went on yesterday so transparently. We all saw it online and on TV and everywhere. So I thank the delegates who came to.
Hello, Mr. Olainka. There's something happening to that connection to Mr. Larry Olainka, spokesperson for the Ekiti governorship, candidate of the People's Democratic Party, BC Kolawole.
Hello?
Yes. All right, continue with your... Continue
as per the lecture proper, we like I've said many times, we are sure of winning. PDP owns Ekiti State. We were robbed of victory in 2018. That is not going to happen again. People rob the people. The people of it have also seen the level that what they can do. So it is the people against APC now. It is not PDP. It is the people of Ekiti against APC, and I can assure you that PDP is going to come out victorious on June 18th.
All right, there were complaints by some other aspirants at the venue of the primary election yesterday. I saw your closest rival, a former governor of the state, Engineer Segun Oni, complaining about the process. I saw a Senator Abiodun Olujimi complaining. Now, how are you going to ensure that these people also are on the same train with you so that you can face the election as one family? All right, something is happening to that connection with Mr. Larry Olainka. We'll go on a short break to fix that. When we come back, we'll continue with the discussion with Larry Olainka, spokesperson of Ekiti State Governorship, candidates of the People's Democratic Party, BC Kolawole. I'll be back shortly.
Inside Nigeria, keeping you informed on what matters.
All right. Welcome back to Inside Nigeria. We're talking with Lere Olayinka, spokesperson of the APT PDP governorship candidate, Chief BC Kolawole. Mr. Olayinka, welcome back. Now you can continue your thought from where you stop. How are you going to ensure
you mentioned people complaining in a context like what happened yesterday is normal.
Let's even forget the complaints by them. The primary election has come and gone. Now, how are you going to persuade them to join you?
That is what I'm about to say. You see, what happened yesterday, what happened before yesterday has ended yesterday. Where we are now is the next stage of winning election. PC Kolawole is now the candidate of PDP in Ekiti State. So it is the responsibility of all stakeholders of the party, including Senator Olujimi, Engineer Shegun, Ayo Fayose, and all of them, and including people like us. So getting people to be on the same page with us, I don't see that as been difficult, because PDP has a way of bringing people together. We have mechanism for resolving conflict, and more so that what happened yesterday cannot also be seen as conflict per se. The process was free, it was credible, it was clear, it was transparent. So it is easy, even those who lost, they saw that they lost genuinely. So it is easy. We are going to bring everybody on the table, carry everybody along, and put interest of everybody, every single stakeholder into consideration going forward.
All right, so tell us about what BC Kolawole has for Ekiti people. What will he do differently?
It is, like I said, it is not about BC Kolawole now, it is about PDP. What PDP are as a party, as for Ekiti people. If you have been to Ekiti, you see that the level of development infrastructurally that you can witness in Ekiti, 80% of those development can be are traceable to PDP government. So it's a continuation of what PDP government in the state have done in the state before now. Infrastructural development, human development. It was when PDP. It was during PDP government that we had, like I said, most of the roads that you see in Ekiti today were constructed by PDP government, and that is a legacy that BC Kolawole is going to continue. It's a continuity of people-oriented government, as PDP is noted for. It's not going to be a deviation from what was witnessed during Fayose's first and second tenure, where roads were constructed, major buildings were done, secretariat, all of them, House of Assembly complex was built by Shegun's government, a PDP government. The governor's office in the state was built by Fayose's government, PDP government. The first flyover bridge in Ekiti was built by Fayose's government. Most of the realization in Ado-Ekiti were done by Fayose's government. So that is going to continue. Welfare of the people, a government that will listen, a government that people can see. We were at this Ojabisi, a popular market in during the Christmas period, and people were saying that since 2018 they have not set their eye on Fayemi, who is the governor. That is a governor that many of them cannot even recognize. The only way they only see him in pictures and videos on TV. So PDP is going to have a government that people can feel, people can touch.
Yeah. Mr. Olayinka, that place you went to, if people say they've not seen Fayemi since 2018, does that mean there are no development in that area, courtesy of Fayemi administration?
You see, you can come to Ado-Ekiti yourself. The only thing you can see will be maybe patching of road occasionally. There's nothing new. There's nothing new in Ado-Ekiti. But over and above that, Ekiti people want a governor they can touch, they can feel. You see, governance is about also getting close to the people. If this morning, for instance, you don't have what to eat, and you send message to you know that you have phone number of your governor, you can send it to me, Oga, Mr. Governor, I've not eaten since yesterday, this thing, and governor say, oh, sorry, how are you? Because he just take his phone, calls you back and say, how are you? Okay, send your account number. I don't have too much money to send to you, but I will send that to you. That goes a long way. People want governance, the governance that they can feel, and that is what is missing in Ekiti. You can, and let me also tell you, you can do a lot of things for people, and people will still not like you because they don't even know you. There's no relationship between you and them, and that is what we are witnessing in Ekiti. There's no relationship between the person governing the state now and the people he is governing.
All right, Mr. Olayenka, another thing causing ripples within your party back home in Ekiti State is the influence of former Governor Ayodele Fayose. Now, tell us, did Fayose impose Bisi Kolawole on the PDP as the candidate?
You saw the primary election yesterday. Now people came out. They voted. If Fayose was going to impose somebody, there wouldn't have been primary. There wouldn't have been an election. You saw that at least 330 out of the delegates voted for Engineer Segun. That was, how can you now say if somebody was imposed? If he wanted to impose, his name will have. The issue is that Fayose declared his support for Bisi Kolawole. He has right to so do. He has right to also have choice. In America, the Clinton family, the Clinton family at that time, the Bush family picked somebody. In America, the Obama family picked Joe Biden. Did they not support him? They supported them, and today, and nobody vilified them. They were not castigated for that. Fayose is just one person in PDP, and maybe by the grace of God, by the power of influence, he has influence over even across Nigeria. So his support for anyone will be major. So if he has picked Bisi Kolawole and he's a clear-minded person, he's a clear character, where he is, it shows you that this is where I am.
All right, Mr. Olayenka, now let's go out of the PDP to talk about the main contest. How prepared is your candidate and the party as a whole to face the APC, even though the APC is yet to come up? As we speak now, the exercise is ongoing in Ado-Ekiti. So eventually, today or tomorrow morning, there will be a candidate for the APC. So how prepared are you to face the ruling APC in Ekiti State, given what happened in 2018?
My plea to the APC in Ekiti State is that they should not turn this state to a state of war, because we have seen protests this morning, we have heard gunshots, we have had people being attacked and all that, and we have also seen public holiday being declared just because your party is holding primary. Children today in Ekiti will not go to school. People will not go to work in Ekiti. What kind of arrangement is that? And it also goes to show the kind of government we have in this state, because your party is in power. You want to hold primary of your party, and you are declaring public holiday. So we are begging them today. We in PDP, nobody should be shocked today, because we saw what happened in 2018. May God spare the life of Senator Okoyemba Midele. He was shot right inside APC secretariat in Ado-Ekiti. A lot of people were injured, a lot of people were shot. So we don't want that to happen in this state. We don't want killing, we don't want shedding of blood. After today, whoever emerges as candidate of APC, I can assure you, we only carry the name of former, by June 18. He will only carry the name of former governorship candidate of APC.
So you are, it seems you are very sure of winning the election. But let's talk about the political credentials of these persons involved. Your own candidate was a commissioner in the state, a businessman, I suppose. And then on the side of the APC, you have people who are former minister, current senator, and the rest of them. And you think these credentials do not matter in the context?
Well, you have also in PDP. Also in PDP, you have former governors backing Bisi Kolawole. Don't also forget that Bisi Kolawole is a grassroots person. He has been supervisor in the local government. He has been a member of House of Assembly. He has been commissioner. He has been chairman of the party. He has been BOT member. He has been member of Governing Council of Federal Polytechnic Bida. He has been almost everything politically. Administratively, he has been almost everything. So he's a competent hand and he's a grassroots person. He has been DG of gubernatorial.
Mr. Lanka, you still go ahead.
Yeah, I'm feeling. He moved around everywhere in Ekiti. So he knows the nooks and crannies of this state. They know him in person. If you ask, I doubt if there is any major politician in Ekiti state today that Bisi Kolawole does not know. So those are, they have former ministers. So what? We have former governors. We have former ministers too. They have former deputy governor. We have former deputy governors too. But most importantly, we have the people of Ekiti State.
Okay, finally, beyond the credentials and the people of the state, now there are external factors. There will be external factors. The APC might be coming with federal might. I don't know what you'll be coming with. Let me still ask you, how prepared are you this time around?
Well, when you mention federal might, it appears to me that we are talking about people coming to manipulate election, people coming to circumvent the system. And I don't believe that. I don't want to assume that Nigeria of today will still be talking about the people's the will of the people not being made to manifest. They will come. Like I said, the power of the people is greater than the power of the people in government.
All right. Many thanks to you, Larry Olayinka, spokesperson of Ekiti State PDP governorship candidate, Bisi Kolawole. Many thanks to you for joining us this morning on Inside Nigeria. Right. We hope to see more as the campaign goes on.
Do have a nice day.
Thank you so much. That was Larry Olayinka, spokesperson of the APC PDP governorship candidate in Ekiti State, talking to us from his location in Ekiti State after the PDP concluded its primary election yesterday, Wednesday, where Bisi Kolawole was declared as the winner of the election. Bisi Kolawole will be facing other candidates that will emerge from other political parties. And as we speak, APC is conducting a primary election today in Ado, Ekiti. Many thanks to you viewers for joining us from the hours of 10 to this moment. Make it with us tomorrow for another edition of Inside Nigeria. My name is Membode. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.